Good day, viewers, students alike. We are continuing our lessons on small-scale retailing. So if you've watched the previous video, please ensure you continue with this. So we're going to extend our knowledge on this topic under trade or home trade. Okay, this topic is an extension of the home trade topic we've been discussing. So we are looking at the small-scale trade and the types now. So we've discussed hawking and the functions and the characteristics, disadvantages and advantages as well. So we know that already. So let's look at the next example or type of small-scale retailing, which we were going to discuss further now. So here we're going to look at the meaning of small-scale retailing. That's a review or a re-emphasis, all right, on it. Then we discuss street trading or roadside trading. We describe the following which is store or market trade, unit or tile shop, and so on. So we're also going to state the reasons for the survival of small-scale retailers. What have they been able to survive ever since? And highlight the problems of small-scale retail businesses. So let's go and let's try and see what we can do. So now, a small-scale retail, like we said earlier on in the previous video, is a form of retail trading in which goods are bought and sold in quantities from the wholesalers and then to the final consumers. These goods are bought from the wholesalers in units or in smaller quantities and then detailed to the final consumers in unit or in bits, as in 1 by 1 or 2, as the case may be. It involves trading that is done on minimal base. So yes, hawking, itinerant trading, mobile shop, street or roadside trading, markets, trader or stall holder, unit stores, tile shop, small stores, kiosks are the examples of small-scale retail trades. We have discussed the first one on top, which is hawking or itinerant trading. We're going to look at mobile shop, street or roadside trading, and tile shop here. So even market or stall holders. So let's go and see. Now look at road or street trading. What does it represent? It means trade that involves the display of wares along the streets, roads, or outside the gates of schools, companies, offices in towns and cities. The traders sell a variety of goods such as clothes, shoes, bread, snacks, books, etc. along the major roads. This is not hawking. It's different from hawking. These ones are stationary. You can meet them there regularly because they are known to be there. They don't move from one place to another, so it's not hawking. They are roadside traders, okay? So it involves trade. It's a trade that involves the display of wares along the streets. In your street, you can see them regularly, along the roadsides, and outside the gates of organizations like schools, companies, and some offices in town and cities. So yes, that's what we mean by the roadside trade. It's not hawking. Look at these pictures here. You can see that vehicles are moving and people are beside the road that they are selling. They have their stationary spot there. Those umbrellas you see on the left side as a car is there. On the right side, you see that they are actually shaded. They are not carrying it about. They have a position, a location where you can actually meet them off and on to buy from them. This is an example of roadside trading, not hawking. The people who are behind the car with things on their head are the ones who hawk. But see, behind them, they have stationary goods being sold there. They are positioned in that location. So that's what we mean by the roadside trading. Now, features of roadside trading. What should you know about them? First, they have fixed location of operation. They don't move about. Right? The trade typically occurs in a specific place, allowing customers to easily find them without the need to move to one place to another. All right, so it's an unmovable location. They are actually fixed and fixated there. Diverse range of product. They can offer you variety because they are stationed. in one place, they can actually see more varieties and more quantities to the public, right? So they have varieties of goods provided, and they can sell it in a larger amount, as in quantity, because they can't carry it about the station. So you can have more and more categories of goods for various customers to come and buy. Strategic positioning in high traffic areas. They actually find a place suitable to have passerby, more passerby to come and buy from them. So they look at what they sell and the location where they have the traffic that will look at what they're selling to buy it. All right, so they have strategic positioning in high traffic areas. That's what they do. Then store-based display, they have it actually set up. They don't carry it about. It's a setup, all right. You can showcase it in some cabinets that is movable as well, but during the daytime they don't take it around. But when they are done, they pack up and they move and they still come back the next day. So yes, it can be like that. They can have this makeshift arrangement or structure that is theirs on regular basis, where you can go there and you see them every day. So they sell in such a strategic position, right? And they have this store-based display. So goods are showcased on stores, making it easy for customers to browse items in them. Then open display encourages impulse buying, and consumers can easily see what is available. That is it. Then affordable pricing. Roadside traders typically offer compensation or competitive prices, making products accessible to wider range of customers and attractive budget, right? So conscious consumers. So some people are actually very conscious of how much they spend. So if they actually want to go and buy something, they actually prefer to go buy from those people who they know have what they're looking for and can sell at a reasonable price. So they attract budget conscious customers to their place of business. So these are what they do. So for roadside traders, these are the things that they can actually be known for, and these are the things they can actually provide in terms of trade. What are the good things about roadside traders? Roadside traders provide variety of goods in a larger amount than the retailers, than the hawkers. Hawkers carry a few that can carry about, okay, but but roadside retailers are stationary, so they can actually showcase more quantities than the hawker, and then more varieties than the hawker. So it has a wider variety of goods compared to the hawker. All right, so yeah, that's one of the advantages of roadside trading. They are also providing, or they sell at a low pricing rate. Their prices are also affordable, much more affordable than some people that have these goods in their shops or stores. All right, their prices are more affordable because if you check it, you'll see they have a more affordable price or low pricing for their product. They have minimal startup costs, just like the hawker. Of course, they'll have more costs to incur than the hawker, but they are still affordable and easy to set up. So they have minimal startup costs to be able to establish this business. So it's an advantage. You can actually think of one and start it as well without much problem or without much difficulty in accessing finance to do it. Little savings can help you start that if you want to do that. So check up for one if you have that interest. It's easy to access by travelers. Travelers can actually buy from them because they are the roadside. All right, so you can actually step down quickly and buy and enter back your vehicle and move. Some drivers can actually stop by and people buy and they move. So if actually driving on your own and you're traveling through, you can actually stop by and buy. A lot of people do this because when you travel, you see them on the roadside. People stop by to buy. They buy a lot of things. They can buy food items. They can buy clothes, like we mentioned earlier on. Whatever they sell is actually accessible by travelers, and the traveler can actually patronize them even the more because that's what they are meant for. So on the flip side of this roadside business or roadside trading, which is the advantages of a roadside trading, it involves limited inventory. They cannot display too much compared to those who have shops and stores, which in a protected environment. Theirs are vulnerable to a lot of eventualities, all right? So cars can accidentally hit those things and scatter them, but those who have shops can actually showcase much more quantity than the roadside trader. So they have limited inventory to showcase. But of course, it's higher than the hawkers, but of course, still, it's smaller compared to those who have shops and business environments where they display in shops and buildings. So yes, they have high rental cost compared to the hawkers who don't pay any rent. They seem to be paying some amount of cost in rent. So yes, that also is some disadvantage for them because they pay rent. They don't have the privilege that hawkers do have in trading. They have risk of unsold stock or goods. Majority of them sell perishable goods, of course, and for that reason, if they don't sell it on time, it becomes bad and they are losing the capital in that as well. So they have a risk of unsold goods which can become perishable, which can become bad because of its perishable nature. So they need to sell off quickly as well, and that's also a disadvantage because they don't sell off, they lose both their profit and their capital in the process. They have weather vulnerability as well, of course. During rainy season or during dry season where there's extreme weather condition, their products may not be purchased or may go bad as well, so it's a disadvantage for them as well. Limited marketing opportunities. Here in this case, traders may have restricted avenues for advertising or promoting their products. That is, some places will ask you, if you have a lot of competitors, they'll ask you, don't cross this place, stay in your domain, stay in your circle, stay in your place, don't exceed the other person's territory. Of course, such a case is another disadvantage for roadside trading because they are limited with the chances of advertising their product. Then of course, because they're also stationary, they can't go too far from their place of business. If they do, they might lose some of their goods to thieves or pilferers. So yes, by that location they are fixated on, they are limited by the opportunity to advertise more to other locations. So that's one of the things that we can take as disadvantages to roadside trading. Market trading is another example of small-scale retail trading. What's a market trade or market trading? This is another form of trading in West Africa that's very popular. Market trading or markets are established with stores constructed within and around them where buyers and sellers come in contact to transfer ownership of goods. Now in this case, you have a market setup, a marketplace where stores are built, right, where shades are built and divided into units where people can actually take over and rent. So they stay there on market days and even off market days to sell their wares or to market their wares. So such again is a kind of retail trade which has to do with marketplace trading. Okay, so you know a lot of places are markets. If you talk about Port Harcourt, you have Orumokoro market, you have the My One market, the Oil Mill market. Those places, they have small allocations of spaces where they use under the store that was built, under the shades that was built. So such a place what we call the marketplace trading or market trading. Those people who own those small space to trade their business or sell their wares is an example of what a market trading, as an example of small scale business trading. So let's look at it. You can see this one. The building at the extreme, you can see they have shops, right? At the other side, behind it, you can see that they have those small shops allocated to individuals, right? Not the ones on the side, on the roadside here. These are roadside, but behind it and extreme across, you can see that there's an umbrella. That umbrella is in front of a shop. That shop represents what we call the market trading. Whatever is done inside that place, an example of a market trading activity. So you can see that people who sell and buy in a market environment are actually involved in what? Market trading. So whether they are in the shop actually, of course, or they are selling beside the shops, they're actually selling in the marketplace, not on the roadside, and they're not hawking as well. They're actually stationed and selling in the marketplace. That's how I call it what? A market trading activity as an example of a small scale retail trading. So you can see this is another one. You can see this person having his own special space in a marketplace. Well, I want to understand most of you can connect with the person you see in that picture, right? That should be a very important dignitary in the state. So if you know him, good. If you don't know him, that's our ex-governor, right? His picture where he's buying something from a shop owner, a store owner in the marketplace. So they want to go and do some shopping. So yes, I appreciate that. He lead by example to show that yes, a marketplace is a very important place to also go and buy. You can see behind him, you can see the other spaces that are provided for other buyers and other sellers, I mean. Behind him, you can see another shop, another display for another person. So that's when you see there is one of those who own those small spaces in the market environment to sell to consumers or buyers. Yes, that's an example of a marketplace or market trading. Features of market trading include the following: availability of stores. Availability of stores. That is, you have these stores where the shades are built or structures are built, and small shops are provided for rentals. All right, they have available stores for people to use to sell their products. Then specific time of operation. A lot of markets have hours, the opening hours and closing hours, all right, and some days as well. So they have specific time that they operate, specific time, and some of them specific days that they operate. Yes, that's one of the nature of a market trading activity. You have zoning of trading or zoning of traders on the basis of types of goods they sell. Yes, of course, I'm aware of this. Some markets that have excess sellers or distributors of some kind of products are zoned. Some days, some set of, they're actually grouped actually. Some days, some of them will come to the market to sell, while others will stay at home or go to other places to go and sell, but not in that same market. Other times, those who have not been able to sell their house will be allowed to come. So they're actually zoned or given a quota of sales time. So these are the things that can happen in market trading activity. Some also are allowed to sell in some markets, while others are not allowed to sell in that same market because of the excess supply. They are trying to manage the supply so that it doesn't become an excess supply situation that will affect the prices of the goods that they sell, so that they can actually make good profit from it. So when they do this, they're trying to limit the supply volume to the market. So they zone this trading, or they group them and give them timing to sell or to trade. This is an example of what features of market trading. Then they have specialization on types of goods. Some markets are known for some kind of goods, while others are also general. So, but some markets are specialized in some kind of goods. That's what they call fruit market. Another place is called yam market. Another place can be called goat or fowl market, animal or cattle market. All right. So these are the things. They have some specific markets like that, of course. So such a place also can be called market trading. When you have specialized types of goods for some places, not all market, okay? Yes, these are the common features of market trading that must be taken advantage of or known. Now, what are the good things about market trading? We're talking about the advantages of market trading. This is not exhaustive, but because of our time and study time, we're looking at just 5 of them. We can actually go more and check online and read the textbook for more of this, but these are the few we can discuss here. All right, so we're looking at stocking of wide variety of goods, which is normal. All retail trade, we always stock variety of goods. All right, all retail will stock variety of goods. Like you have water, if you want to buy water, you have variety of water to make a choice from. You want to buy other food stuff, you have other people who sell, or you have different kinds of food stuff that serve the same need for you to buy from or choose from. So they have variety of goods to sell or to display for customers to buy. One-stop shop or one-stop buying saves time. So most times you get to buy all you need within that environment, the market trading environment. Because if the next board doesn't have, the other person will buy, so you don't need to step out and go far away to complete your purchase or whatever you're looking for. That same environment can provide for you all you want. So it's a one-stop buying sale, which saves time, all right? You can actually afford to buy all you need in a circle, in just an environment where the people are available to sell. So it's a one-stop buying experience that can save your time and energy, all right? There's competition among traders and advantage to consumers, of course. Because you have it as a marketplace, many people sell the same thing and they are clustered in a particular location. So that can give you an advantage as a consumer to be able to bargain prices, okay? To be able to bargain prices and ensure that they buy at a lower price, okay? In so doing, of course, most of the retail trade and maybe small-scale retail traders do have low price of their product. They sell at a very minimal price. So this also is a very good example of a low price market or trade activities. They offer affordable prices to their customers. They sell at a very reasonable price. So they actually make sure that people take advantage of their existence to buy things affordably. All right. So they bring about low prices of goods and services to the customers. That's one of the good things about market trading as well. Because of the competition that is present there, they can sell at a very limited or reasonable price to consumers. Customers are attracted from different places because of the knowledge of their existence and how the prices are. Remember, we said when the price is low, consumers will buy more. So because of that, more persons are attracted to that kind of a place to buy. A market trading environment attracts more buyers because of the affordable price. So yes, that's the reason why people will be attracted from different places to buy, because they know that such a place you can buy all you want and still buy it at a reasonable price. That's why it's an advantage for market trading. Let's also consider some of the disadvantages, because also we know that whatever has an advantage also have its own disadvantages as well. Then one of the problems we have in this kind of trading environment or market trading is that there's a problem of distance. Some persons, this market sometimes are not located nearer the majority of the consumers because it's supposed to be large, and they look for places where it can accommodate. Sometimes the distance from the place you want to buy, so you may not have the energy or may not have the conviction or motivation to go that distance to buy what you need to buy, so you can just manage around your house and buy from other source. That's the problem. So a distance can also be a disadvantage to a market trading, because some people might not want to travel that far to go buy things just for that reason. No. It exposure to thieves. A lot of people have lost their wares because of smart thieves who go around trying to swindle them, and eventually sometimes they succeed. And also, if you leave your place of sales, maybe to go get something from another place, before you come back, your things must have been missing. Right? So it exposes sellers to thieves who can actually rob them or steal from them, pilfer their goods, and by so they have lost both profit and what capital. So those are the things that serve as a disadvantage to market trading. Then bad weather condition as well. All right, unfavorable weather condition can also limit their sales volume. There can be pressure to pack up and go because of negative weather condition. That will reduce the amount of sales per period, and that's a disadvantage for market trading. Problem of transportation of bulky goods. Yes, of course, if you want to sell some goods which are bulky and they want to take it to the market, of course, like cattle, all right, you have to spend a lot of money and risk taking them to the market to sell. So it's a problem of transportation, of course, a disadvantage to market trading activities in small scale retailing. Okay, then we have payment of dues to government and host community. A lot of traders in this market or market trading activity actually pay so much money to trade. They pay to the local government, they pay to the local community, they even pay for security in the market sometimes. Or regularly, some people come about to say local government tax and this rate and that rate, they collect money from them, so they have a lot of dues to pay. And that also becomes what? A disadvantage, because sometimes at the end of the day, they end up not making profit, or maybe spending their capital in trying to do business. So yes, that's a disadvantage to market trading activity. So let's talk about unit shop or tied shop. These two are the same but one thing. Tied shops are also called unit stores. These are shops that restrict the goods they sell to a single line of goods supplied to them by the manufacturer or producer. And these tied shops are shops that sell the product of a particular producer or manufacturer. In most cases, they are owned by the producer or the manufacturer. You can see on in this picture, this lady here sells only a particular kind of rice, all right, from this manufacturer of this rice. That is why we call it a tied shop. They don't sell more than one product. They sell a particular product for a particular producer. You can see these are business ideas and business divisions that you need to know, because when the questions come, you'll be able to answer them, all right? A tied shop is a business practice of selling a particular kind of product from a single producer, okay? Yes, what are the features of a tied shop? They are owned by manufacturers. Most times they are owned by manufacturers, okay, themselves. They are also confined to a single line of products. They don't sell more than one product, all right, from a single producer. They help to eliminate middlemen. Of course, This particular function or feature helps to reduce prices because middlemen will always make their profit, and that profit is an additional price to the price of the product that we must pay as a consumer. So with them selling to direct users or final users, it will eliminate the middleman and reduce the price of the product overall. So that's one of the features of Tide Shop. They enjoy assistance from their suppliers. This shop enjoy a lot of assistance from the manufacturer or the owners of the shop. Okay, so the owners of the product they sell. In most cases, they bring these goods to them for free. All right, that's one of the benefits. Okay, they set up the place where they sell for free, supply them the products to sell for free, to sell without transportation, and they actually have it most times on credit purchases. So yes, these are the things that can be a feature of Tide Shop. So let's look at the advantages of Tide Shop. Okay, there's increase in profit because you can sell to the final consumer at an affordable price, even though with higher profit margin, of course, because the middleman is no longer there. You can make more profit, and as they buy more from you, you have an increase in profit because you can actually buy cheaper. So remember, they lower the price as according to the law of demand. They had the quantity of demanded. So in this case, at a lower price, people will buy more. That will increase the profit over time. All right. So they help to eliminate the middlemen because they are owned by manufacturers themselves. So they sell directly to the consumer. It's an advantage for Tide Shop if you own one. Yes, they render after-sales services. In most cases, these shops can actually represent the manufacturer's front end, okay, to provide after-sales service to the final consumer or the customers. They meet customers' needs by all means possible. They try to make sure that whatever customers want is provided for them. So they meet customers' need. They enjoy direct contact with manufacturers. These people are actually manufacturers' extended arm. So they have direct contact with manufacturer and they sell directly to the consumer. So it's an advantage because that will reduce a lot of cost of doing business for the seller or for the Tide Shop owner. So it's an advantage for the Tide Shop operator. Okay. What are the disadvantages of Tide Shop as well? We look at it. One, it has limited range of goods because they are constrained to one product line. Okay. They have limitations to the range of goods they can sell, so it's a disadvantage. Even though it can be expressively operated, right? It can have a building, of course. It can have a big shop selling only one type. You can call it a mini warehouse or a large warehouse where, of course, they sell only or they stock only one product, okay, from the manufacturer. So they are limited to one or to the range of products they can sell. It's expensive to operate as well because you cannot just start to sell only one product and expect to sell too much to cover costs. Sometimes they don't cover costs and they spend a lot of money trying to operate such a business. So it's more expensive to operate because you are limited to the range of goods you can sell. Remember, when you sell variety, you are spreading risk of business, so you're making more profit and more sales over time. So, but in this case, they are limited to one range or a limited range of product they can sell, which is one most times. All right, it's more expensive to do so because you're limited to the sales of only that product. So if you don't have enough revenue to bring more profit to you to expand your business, then you have more expenses being incurred. It may lead to hoarding because if such a product decides to reduce supply and there's only one that can produce it, it becomes what it brings about scarcity, and that leads to inflation in price and hoarding is taking place. So customers will become very, very enraged or anxious when they can't have enough to buy, and by this particular act, the price will be manipulated. So it can lead to hoarding, all right, because that's the only person who sells such a product in such an environment, all right. So that means they can actually influence the price whenever they wish to do so. So that means they're actually a kind of monopoly-based business. Though of course it's a retail trade and it's a Tide Shop, it can lead to hoarding. Refusal to supply the required quantity in the market is what we refer to as hoarding now. When somebody has products to sell and refuses to sell to the public or customers for certain reasons the best known to them, it's actually called hoarding. So it can lead to what? Hoarding. It may lead to what? Tying down of a capital because, of course, these goods are only of its kind, and if it's not sold off, like we said, it's going to tie down your capital, and that means you're going to wait for until you sell them before you can continue doing business. So that's one of the disadvantages of tie shop. The next one you're looking at here is the advantages of small scale retail trade. Okay, we're going to run it as a general advantage for all the retail trades we already talked about, and the other one we're going to talk about. All of them run on what? On low cost. All small scale retail trade are running on low cost. They don't have to spend much to run them to execute them. So yes, they're all running on what? On low cost. Then it requires little capital. Just more, not much is required to establish them. Small savings can start it for you. All right, a little more savings can also do a better one. So depending on the size of the small scale you want to go into, but it requires what? Small capital or little capital. It provides employment for people, all right? For engaging in these businesses, all right, it means that you're getting employed in something useful, productive, okay? So that makes it an employment generator, all right, for the public, all right? So any of them that you choose to go into, automatically you become what? Employed in that business. It's near to customer. They are very near to customers or consumers. So yes, they are always by your, at your reach. All small scale businesses are always closer to the doorstep of the consumers. That's why they are small scale. They can be moved around easily, are easily accessible to the consumers or customers. Medium of advertisement as well. They can actually advertise a lot of goods that don't go online or on air for advertisement. They can carry it around and tell you exactly what they can do before you know people are already buying it, and they're buying a large quantity. So it's a medium of what? Advertisement. It has long hours of operation. Some of them don't sleep. In a metropolis, you see these people, they sell all through 24 hours to the next day. It might not be the same person, but of course, those traders will stay awake and sell till nobody is buying anymore, all right? So yes, they have longer hours. In fact, the longest hours of operation can be found with what? Small scale retail traders. Okay, our ability to engage in other businesses, they can actually multitask. All right, some people do 2 to 3 businesses in a day. Some traders, some petty traders do 2 to 3 things in a day. They're in 2 different trades. All right, in the morning they do the one that sells in the morning, in the afternoon they do the one that sells in the afternoon, and in the evening they also do the one that sells in the evening, in the night, of course. So a lot of them can do 2 to 3 things or more in a particular day, so they can engage in other businesses as well, because it's easy to manage and easy to adjust. All right, yes. Then you have respect for customers. They actually make sure that customers love to buy from them. They treat customers good, so they have respect for customers. Most of them, not the, very few of them are actually having, like we say, social vices that have influences, bad influences. Some of them have bad influence or bad character, but majority of them would have respect for customers. So in the majority we go, right? So they have respect for customers, yes. Why do they survive? For all the advantages we have mentioned ever since, majority of them will serve as the reasons why they survive. Now let's look at it. They survive because it requires little capital to operate or to start up. So if you fail, you can start again. If you fail, you can restart again, because just save up that amount of money again and start. Okay? Yes. Then retailers can combine it with other work, all right, with another work. So that could be additional source of income for some hawkers or for some small scale traders, while they do other things to add up to what they earn as income over time. It enables decision making. They can easily make quick decisions because they don't need to consult anybody most times. Decide on what to do at a time, at any time. Okay, so it makes decision faster. Family can help in the trade, in retailing, right? So some family members can actually join in trading and make it easier. It is enhanced by personal relationship with customers. It enables decision making. Very quick decisions to be made by the trader. Of course, family members can also help in the retailing of the business or selling to customers as well. They can actually help when you're not available. They can stand in for you and help you do your business. That's when family can come in. Okay. It is enhanced by personal relationship with customers, because most people have dedicated customers or loyal customers. It keeps them going. So whether they are having money or not, those will actually make them going. They can actually go sell more to those people because they cannot afford to fail some particular customer. So because of this relationship, they can sustain their business over time. They sell in smaller units, all right? They can actually sell in bits and smaller units. It does not require special formalities or registration to setting up such a business. There is no much protocol required. There's no much documentation. There's no much protocol. There's no much legalities in setting up such a business. So it doesn't require much. That's why you can actually set up at any time and set off at any time as well. It is convenient. Because of the convenience or conveniency in this business, all right, many people are engaged in it, so they keep going. You can never eliminate them in the system. They are always there, so they keep surviving because of all this. The factors that can affect the success of this business, that is, the problems they can face. They have proper record keeping as a challenge. They don't have the wherewithal to keep proper records of transactions or activities done. So sometimes they lose money because they don't keep record of those that are sold to on credit or on credit sales, all right? Again, that's one of the problems they can face, all right? Competition from bigger businesses. Other large-scale retail business, all right, can actually compete with them with wider varieties and better quality of goods and better packaging of goods and better environment. Some customers prefer to go into those places to buy, and that's a big competition for them. So they can actually be limited with the amount of sales because of this other kind of competitors they have. Goods are not insured. There's no way you can buy any goods on the roadside that is insured or from a hawker that is insured. It's not possible. Then indiscriminate credit sales can lead to loss of capital. Low profit because of that, because they sell on low prices. They don't have any advertisement. Sometimes they don't sell because people don't know what they sell. So that's one of the reasons why they can be affected negatively. Thank you for your time. I'm so grateful that you listen out through. So have this knowledge and check up questions in all the past questions that you can see that will help you become much more acquainted with the questions and the answers and the lessons you learned.